In Brazil, we have the expression have a 3D butt. This means decent size, roundness, and up in the air. We want to get rid of the dent at the side of the butt and get a good lift by targeting all the muscles in the butt. Hello people, in this video I will explain exactly the movements you need to do to get a 3D butt, which are extension, internal and external rotation, and abduction. I will also show the 8 most important exercises you need to do to get the results you want. And one of these exercises I am sure you have never seen before and you are going to love it. I will explain why they are so important and how to properly perform them. Let's go! Extension means going from bent to upright and your leg going behind your body, like this. The main muscle used for this movement is the glute maximus, the biggest of the butt muscles and the one that train it will give the most size. The opposite movement would be flexion, also extremely important, which I will show you later on. Here are the exercises for extension. Why kick back? This is the best exercise to work on your mind-muscle connection with your glutes. It teaches you how to really contract your glutes and train extension. Keep a straight back. You can easily compensate by arching your back with this movement and you will not get the full contraction. Move your whole leg instead of only extending the knee, otherwise you are going to use mostly your quads instead of your glutes. Why hip thrust? This exercise is the easiest glute exercise to use heavy weight with. And big weights means a big butt. This exercise is the best if you are serious about getting more muscle. The position of your feet are very important. Be careful not to put your feet too far away or too close together. Tighten your abs to keep a straight back, so you create all the movements from your hip and not from your back. Why Romaine Deadlift? Unlike the previous 2 exercises, this focuses on the opposite movement, flexion of the hip. You are still targeting the glute maximum, but with a loaded stretch controlling the weight while going down. A totally different, but equally important muscle stimulus. Stick out your butt as far as you can for the maximum stretch. Keep your knees a little bent, it is less heavy on the hamstring. Contract your glutes at the top of the movement. Why Bulgarian split squat? This exercise gives a unique opportunity for your glutes. You can go almost to full flexion of the hip. It is so easy to add extra resistance to the exercise by holding dumbbells. Focus on the front leg. The back leg is for balance. The position of your feet matters. If your feet are too close together, it will be a challenge to your stability, and that will just take away your focus from the exercise. External rotation of the hip means rotating the upper part of your leg. You can see this by looking at your knee moving to the outside compared to your feet. Be careful, just moving your feet to the outside doesn't guarantee external rotation of the hip. This movement is mostly done by a bunch of muscles called the deep six. These muscles lie underneath your glute maximum, and training them will create that roundness and lifting effect for your butt. Here are the exercises for external rotation. Why clamshell? Honestly, there are not many ways to really target the deep six muscles, and this is by far the best exercise to target them. This is an exercise that goes wrong most of the time. Your knee needs to be pulling the weight. Don't move from your foot. Let your foot stay close to the floor. If your foot goes first, the exercise will start to look more like an abduction exercise. There are way better exercises for that, and most importantly, it would be such a waste opportunity to train those undeveloped deep six muscles. Squeeze your butt when going up, like if you are trying to crush something in between there. Trust me, if you do this, you will really feel the muscle more. Try to stop your back from moving too much. Why squat? I can't leave out the squat. This movement has everything. You can make it more glute dominant and less squat if your butt goes back more. I put it under sternal rotation because you should be pressing out your knees to the side when squatting, and this will engage your deep six muscles, which do this specific movement and also keep your hip stable. Press your knees out to avoid knee caving. Keep your back straight. I am putting internal rotation and abduction together because they are basically the same muscles that do these movements. The muscles in your butt which are most responsible for this are the glute medius and minus. Training these will get rid of the dent at the side of your butt. Why lateral leg raise? It is a great way to activate the side of your glutes. Like the kickback, this one really teaches the mind-muscle connection. Yes, you also target all the muscles in your leg, but that's not a big deal. You are still training the glute medius and minus. Try to rotate your knee and foot inwards to fully contract the side of your butt. Keep your pelvis from going up too much because your back will take over. Why IT band curls? Probably you have never seen this before, but I promise it does something no other exercise does. And that's exactly why you need to be doing this. This is like the Romaine Deadlift for the side of your butt. You are training the glute minus and medius in a stretch position. Yes, like the previous exercise, you are training some other muscles also, but that's life. It is impossible to fully isolate a muscle anyway. The position of your feet are very important. The side that you are working, that leg goes behind the other. Push your butt to the back and to the side like the Romaine Deadlift, so you can get the maximum stretch. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and subscribe. And see you in the next video.